the robbery made me like really angry.
I think I said that to you one time in an argument.
In an argument, you have to tell me when I'm calm.
Oh, that was
people like screaming.
that was a hard time. Yeah, you waking up screaming and seeing someone in the room.
I've changed. We've grown. I have arms right now.
If you have to carry me, I know I'm good.
What is going on, everyone? We are back. We are here. We're celebrating our 3rd anniversary.
Yep.
So even though Haiti is a mess, literally, like on fire, we came to a place where we know this is not our house. I don't want people to get the wrong idea.
It's just a place of trying to take our mind out from all the things that's happening around us, and even if it's just 1 hour, we can be happy and laughing at, enjoying the time. I think that's all count for us.
All right, sorry, my battery got overheated. So we don't want people to get the wrong idea, because Haiti is a mess, and we have went through our fair share of hardship and trials, and everyone around us is right now. But we chose, because last year we didn't celebrate anything because of the crisis, and so this year we just wanted to take a moment and come to somewhere special and just stop, just take a breath, get away. So, fun fact, we have not had a moment to ourselves, a moment away from our kids in 2 years. The last time you saw the other video, that was the last time we've had a moment to ourselves. So we don't do this often. Haiti's beautiful, but it's going through a hard time. So we want to just hop on here and answer some of the questions that we asked 2 years ago for our 1st year anniversary, which feels like forever ago.
Yes.
And just share some things we've learned over the last 2 years, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go. All right, I found the list of questions from our 1st year. Number 1, how have we changed this year? Wow.
Well, I'm going to start with becoming a dad of 2 sons and living in a country where things are so bad and you have to go to bed asking yourself, am I gonna see the next day? What can I do to protect my sons and protect my wife? So I think one thing I feel like changed for me this year is the level of confidence and being strong for my family. Try to be a better husband in a crisis like this, because there are moments where you feel like you can't go out, you have to stay inside. Find things that can actually keep our family interesting, not just go home and go straight to bed. Watch a movie. And so I do think being courageous and having so much confidence actually helped me. Then 1st year of marriage was different, because we just got married and
too much time to argue.
Find out you're pregnant, we're going to have a son. And there was a lot of things going on. So, but I think years 3 is very different now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think for me, the biggest way I've seen us change is we argue a lot less, and that I think has to do with one, like I think the last time we made this video was our 1st year, and our 1st year was so hard, like so hard. And I think Miles was like the best thing that could have happened for our marriage, and now having Micah, it just adds, like when you have children looking at you and expecting like you to be the strong ones and protect them, and especially living in a country like this, like we don't have time, like Watson said, we don't know if it's the last time we're going to see a day. So why spend the time? And we've had our dumb arguments last year, but I would say very limited. because living in a state like this, like a country like this, you don't take for granted the moments that you do have with each other. And I think I've valued you a lot more. Like I told you when I got back from having Micah, that I admire you, and I still see that as the truth because like I've seen the sacrifices you've made this year for our family.
Yeah.
And it makes me respect you so much more. Alright, question number 2. What obstacles have we gone through individually, and how has our relationship weathered them? Like how did our relationship handle those situations, or how was our relationship impacted?
Well, I think for me is last year when you went back to have a second son, and knowing what we went through just to get to Port-au-Prince or just to get to the airport, for you to, and miles, or for son to get in a plane and actually go back to the state, and knowing all the issues that we had and all the struggles that we had that week, and knowing that when you guys actually made it to Ohio State, and me being here, the fact that I had to deal with depression and things that's going on in my country, and waking up not knowing is my son's going to see me, and is he going to remember me, or am I going to even hold my second son? So I think going through those moments actually made me value our relationship, and made me takes everything in, and also make me realize that little moments where I had to say, hey baby, you look beautiful today, and I may not have that. So it actually helped me to understand that life is, like they always say, life is short, and enjoy every single moment in it, because you don't know what's gonna happen. So I do think going to depression, actually that 6 months was really hard for me, not having someone in here that I could talk to, and knowing that you are with your family, you are with your friends, and I was going through those things alone. So even though I was going through them alone, but I understand that we made a sacrifice, and because we made that sacrifice, we giving our kids a life that never had. So I do think it also helped me fall in love with you more. It makes me understand the reason I choose to marry you, the reason I choose to have this life with you. So I think it makes our relationship stronger.
I think for me, because this year has been so many things come up, the robbery and the effects that had on me, and the brain injury where I hit my head,
Yeah.
and having to leave you and have a home birth and be in Port-au-Prince by myself, be hospitalized, leaving Miles with someone. Like, all of those moments were so hard. Like, I can't believe I got through them. But I think it made me realize, like, the strength that I have in Christ. Like, I feel so strong because of the things that I endured through him. Not like, oh, Brooke's so strong, because I'm not. Like, you know that. But when it comes down to the hard moments, like, God just works through me and gives me the strength that I can't explain. And how that's affected our relationship, our marriage, I think it's actually made me more confident, Like, I love when you say I love you, and I love when you say I'm beautiful, or I love when you hold me. But our first year of marriage, I think I depended on it so much. Like, I needed it. Please tell me I'm beautiful.
Yeah. That was
But now, like,
that was a hard year. It's like a grown man married to a child.
okay. I don't know where it stopped. But just like feeling like I needed to be told I loved you, or I needed to be told I'm beautiful. I think because I've stood alone in so many hard moments. Like, not that you weren't there, not that you weren't a good husband, but I needed to find that strength for myself. And now, like I said, I love when you say I'm beautiful, but I feel like I don't need it. Like, you know, it's
And maybe you to focus with the kids.
true. I'm so like busy, and I know you think I'm beautiful. Like, yeah, I've changed. Looking back on our engagement photos, I'm like, I don't even know who that is. I've changed. We've grown. I have arm fat now.
Anyway, continue. Continue.
So, but I know you love me. Don't look at it. Don't touch it.
Yep.
I know you think I'm beautiful. Maybe not the same way that I was when we were dating, but like beautiful in a different way.
Yeah.
It's made me more confident. All right, question number 3. What hardships have happened in our relationship? Did we resolve them? Or are there things we still need to work through?
February, when we got robbed, and that was like so hard, seeing my wife crying and knowing that all the thing that we lost, and how hard it is to actually get a paper in Haiti, and not being able to have them. I lost my passport, my
birth
birth
certificate, high school diploma.
Yeah. No, I still have that, and I lost so many
Land
papers
papers.
that is so hard, and those papers take me like
A year.
years to have, and knowing that they are gone, like it was hard. I always say 2023 was the hardest year in my entire life, because
For sure.
because doing this and knowing that someone like that did this to me, and it was hard. Even going to court, like answering questions, and like it's like even thinking about it is so hard, because it's still not done, and knowing that we're in a difficult place right now in Haiti. But I do think this was one of the hard things that we had to go through in our relationship.
Oh, for sure. I think that was the hardest. Because even being separated, it wasn't like hard. Like, it's something we knew we had to do.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't an option. But the robbery made me like really angry. I think like one thing that I struggled with was like feeling unsafe in my home. I remember waking up like thinking people are looking in the windows, or
Yeah, that was
seeing people like
that
screaming.
was a hard time. Yeah,
Waking up
you're waking up
screaming.
screaming and seeing someone in the room, and that was hard.
So like as far as a challenge for our relationship, I can't think of any, because I think we went through such hard times this year that it didn't divide us. It actually brought us closer together as a team. Like we knew we needed each other. If we didn't have each other, then we're gonna not make it, you know? Even Miles, like we knew we needed each other to show Miles it's going to be okay. And now Micah. So I don't know. I don't think we've actually had that many problems in our marriage this year. Like just stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Watson's kind of dramatic sometimes.
No comments.
All right. Ooh. Number 4. What turns me on about you after all these years together?
What turns you on?
That's what I said.
Wow.
Okay, doesn't have to be turned on. Let's say, what?
What turns you on?
What?
You mean sexual?
That's what I think it meant, but I don't think I asked that.
I don't want to answer that one. I don't want to answer that one.
What's something that you like love about me?
I mean,
My body, just me. and I'll answer for you.
I think for me, it's one thing that I always think it's so funny is the fact that I love the smell of your hair.
That's like a new thing this year, I feel like.
And
You've mentioned it so many times.
I'm like, it's hard because like going to bed and knowing that you just got up from the shower and it's like I can lay down and just smell your hair. And so I do think for some guys it's very different. For me, I always try not to go straight saying that okay I try not to say hey baby I love you because of your butt,
Right, because it's going to change.
yeah,
with
things
life.
can change, or else you can get fat or you can get so skinny or you can get sick and next thing you know you lost your butt. So I've tried not to focus on that because I don't think for me it's about your butt or it's about your chest or it's about, so I try to love the person you are, seeing how you take care of us and see how you take care of our home and seeing your heart. So I think for me that is also the biggest thing. But I do like the smell of your hair so for some reason.
I think one thing that I love watching you do, I love watching you work out, especially when you start doing it with Miles. And like making him feel like he's working out. Like last night when he was like, "Get it, Dada, get it," and I was like, "What? What is it? Is it a mouse?" Like I'm thinking, "Get it," and he goes under the bed to get your exercise mat because he knows you're turning on YouTube. It's time to work out.
Yeah.
So like you've always said you wanted to set healthy things for our family, healthy like boundaries, and I've watched you do that. You do that, not so much me, and that's on me, but you're setting a standard for our family. I think that's so sexy. Like
Yeah.
I love watching you work out. Because I can see you care.
Yeah, I enjoy it also because seeing how Miles is thinking that he's having fun, he's thinking that he's having the best time in the world. So the fact that when he actually go get
The mat.
the mat for me, and then he's like, I'm feeling like I don't want to work out, but the fact like he went to get in and said Dada, so it's like having like a little buddy to kind of push me. It's fun.
Like he's just the most incredible kid. Like I could make a whole video just about Miles. Alright, next question. Oof. What do you want to accomplish individually this year and as a couple?
Well, for myself, I always said this year I wanted to take economic school, like online program, just to understand. Yeah, just to understand the Americans
Economy?
That's
Oh.
one, and learning how to live in a budget, all this stuff, but not for me, but learning it as I can help Haitians understanding it. Even though we live in a difficulty time, even though a country doesn't have lack of jobs, but when you do make money, how can you use that money to produce money for you and also keep living? So, and also live in a budget, because I've seen people, they get paid a week later, they have no money.
Yeah.
Just because they don't use it well, just because they don't know how to budget their money. So for me, that's something that I want to learn this year, and I've been watching videos and that just so I can prepare my mind. But I also one day, if I could like get like a certificate for that,
You'd like to do that.
yeah, I would like to do that for just to help my Haitian brothers and sisters. But as a couple, I wanted for us to have a podcast. So as a couple, that's one thing that I want us to start. I don't know if it's gonna be this year, I don't know, but that is something that I've been feeling like it's been in my chest. So
I think our marriage could impact a lot of people.
yeah.
Like being honest and open. I think so. I think it'd be a good way to help others.
So
For me, wow, I have a lot that I want to accomplish this year, and the problem is I don't do it. I get scared.
Yeah, that's
So
one.
I already know the things I want to accomplish. I already talked to you about them at the beginning of the year. Like Simply Radical is one. But I just get scared. And I think like for me, living here for 5 years and just the weight of the country, I think it's kind of put me in that position of feeling like I'm in a box. Where when I first moved here, I was like, you always said you can't wait to see the woman you're going to marry or the woman
Yeah.
of the mother of your children. And I feel like I'm that woman now, but I feel like I've lost a part of myself. And it's not because of motherhood or being a wife. I think it's this country.
Yeah,
It's made me feel like suppressed.
yeah. The sad part of this is we say we feel like we're living in a box, but this time it feels like we are way deep, so deep in that box.
Like
And
a hole.
yeah, but I was talking to someone. I told them, one thing. It's like the fact you can't go anywhere makes you feel like you just waste 3 or 4 years in your life.
It just feels like we've been stuck for the last 2 years. Like we haven't been able to go anywhere. Even when we visited your grandpa, that was 2 years ago.
Yep.
We've always said we want to visit Cap Nation together or Jack Mel or not Pigeonville, Cap Nation, Jack Mel, and we can't. So one day when all this changes, it will feel like, man, we're stuck for years, but just stuck. So all right, moving on. Oh, as a couple, I agree with you on the podcast.
But
I'm trying to think of another one.
it's the way you say it. It feels like there's a but.
I'd like to start a new business. I already talked to you about that. Like the internet business.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to start something that's ours. Like me and yours. Even if it's small.
You, like when you said something, me and yours, like I have a business.
K&G.
Oh yeah.
And like I know I'm a part of that. But I don't feel like it's mine.
Yeah, I understand.
Like I would like kind of like what we're doing, the wood business.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
It's coming soon.
So I'm excited to see how that goes. Alright, what are 3 things you appreciate about me?
Number one is the fact that you choose to be my wife or stay by my side in a moment like this. And living in Haiti, people think, well, you live in the Caribbean or you live in an island, life is good. But there is hardship, there's hard times because you're living in a culture that's not yours. And you have to learn that culture and having Haitians giving you their opinions all the time. And yeah, that can become like overwhelmed for you. But the fact that you choose like to continue going and you choose to be my wife and choose to learn new stuff, so that's one. I appreciate that. Number 2 is knowing that when I go to work, the fact that I come home, my kids are still alive, and the fact that you take care of them, you learning to be a mom, because I spent one day with Micah and Miles. That was a lot for me.
Yep.
For you doing it 7 days, like keep going nonstop. That's a lot of job. Like that's for me. That's a lot of work because you're taking care of them, cleaning the house, you're working, and that's a lot. So I appreciate that. So I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate it. I do appreciate it, and I also think the boys appreciate it too. And yeah, thank you for being the best mom to them.
I feel like moving out made me a better mom.
Yeah.
The kids like playing with Miles or the mommies. But now I have to be his everything. And I think it's deepened our relationship.
Number three is learning to be a better wife. When I said a better wife means dealing with your emotions, dealing with your attitude, dealing with oh yeah, those kind of stuff. Because first year of marriage was you took little things, make them become like something big. But seeing how you're taking time on understanding, hey, we in this forever, we in this together. If I can be a partner to you, I'm going to be like someone that makes you hate your life. Or but the fact I'm seeing that there's a lot of things that changing you, things that should make you angry, you kind of see it different now. And I understand we both are learning. I'm not a perfect husband, you're not a perfect wife, but I do enjoy and appreciate when I see that my wife is actually trying. Because I do think people might think that married to a different culture, it must be easy for you. It's not. Because I can tell you, sometimes when I do get angry, it's a challenge to continue speaking English, because you have to find ways to explain yourself. So, but even though I can see that you taking this time and you think, and even when you come to me and said, yeah, I was upset, but I choose to have a different perspective of this. Because I don't know, you remember reading that book, Respect and Love and Respect. Like when the husband said he see life blue and then she see life pink. Like you might say something and she's translated in a different way, or she said something and I translated different. But seeing the fact that when I say something and you translate it different, instead of being angry, you ask, what do I mean by this? Instead of just going through what you believe that I meant, but you take the time in asking questions. So that makes it easy for me, because I always said, if I can feel like you respect me, that shows me you love me. But when there's no respect, it shows like I'm just fighting with someone, like I'm competing with someone, and I don't want to be. When it comes to games, you guys are,
Too competitive.
yeah.
Yeah, I think our first year I was definitely
Yeah, I think I
trying to
said that to you
dominate you.
one time
Okay,
in an
but
argument.
in an argument, you have to tell me when I'm calm.
No, I understand that, but
You did. I remember. You said you're too competitive.
yeah, because
I-
you were
oh.
trying to make the
Yeah.
argument last.
Yeah.
I was just trying, like, okay, something happened. How can we fix that? And then just move on. But
I'm not
the
gonna lie,
fact that
like-
it's like we're playing dominoes, and it's like,
Our first year of marriage, like I wanted a reaction out of you. Like
and I
if
wasn't giving one. I wasn't giving it to
crying,
you.
If I was crying and you weren't reacting, I was gonna scream. And if you didn't react when I screamed, I was gonna shut a door, slam a door. If you didn't react to me slamming a door, I was gonna break a dish. Like it was like a control thing. It was solely from Satan and my, like you said, those competitive genes. Like absolutely. And I feel like I don't struggle with that as much. Like I'm still competitive, but I don't think in our marriage.
I think it's still there. It's just that the fact that you choose not to look at it the same way that you used to in the past.
Yeah.
So it's not that something actually changed. Like you went to bed and you wake up the next day and everything changed. It's still there. You just see it different now. You have a different perspective. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
So.
My three things I think we're good. My three things I admire about you. I think this year you have really just changed and grown as a husband. Like even the other night when I was crying on the floor, the way you just like you were just there, Like I remember in our first year of marriage.
I do remember that I was so tired and I wanted to go to bed, but I was telling myself
I was having
no.
a tough time.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't
I
just
was so
about the
tired.
milk, it was about
Everything.
the country.
Yeah.
But the way you just heard me and loved me, like you've grown so much in that area. Like I feel like the first year of marriage, you were learning how to love me. And I feel so loved by you. Like, you're still a human. You're still gonna have struggles or temptations or whatever you're walking through. But like, my confidence in your love for me has made me a better person. So I feel like you've grown so much in that area. Another thing that I appreciate about you and Meyer is how much you love our sons. Like, you never had a father to love you. Well, you did have a father, and he chose not to love you or want you. And the fact that you know how to love our sons so deeply, like, there are no words to say how much I appreciate it. And even in the hard moments where, like, this morning you're waking them up kind of hard, I said, hey, like, let's try to be, like, softer. You changed it. You, like, our first year of marriage, like, whenever I'd say pride, it's pride. Like, in that moment, me telling you to be softer with our sons, it might have not went so well. I don't know. But, like, you took it and you said, okay, boys, like, it's time to get up, versus, like, get up. Like, so hard. Like, imagine waking up like that, and you took it and you changed it. Like,
I made it sound like they were in the army.
Yeah, like, imagine being 2 and waking up your dad, like, get up, everybody get up. And the 6-month-old, like, what?
He was up. It's the second Miles. Yeah, he's just like his mom. Sleep deep.
And Mike is just like you.
Yeah.
The
Mike,
door opens,
yeah.
and he's like,
you breathe in the
breathe. I threw a pillow the other night, just right by his head, and he like, ah! Like, it was like.
Yeah.
So anyway, the third thing that I admire about you is, there's a lot of things. I'm trying to pick the best third one. I think just watching how strong you are. Like, how you're willing to put your family above all else. And if you have to carry us, like, I know you joke about carrying us out of the house. I'm definitely dead.
Yep, you dead. Like, I'll be pulling you out.
I might look skinny now that I live in Haiti, but I still weigh like 155. I'm a dense lady.
Like, if you have to carry me, I know I'm dead.
We can do it right now. If there's like a bomb in this place, I had to drag you out. You're
I'm
dead.
dead. I'm dead.
I'm so weak. So yeah, I just admire your strength. Like, even you going through depression while I was gone, you never complained.
Yeah.
You just faced it, you know. Alright, last question. And this is from your questions, but I really like it. So, what promise did God make the world when He made you?
Well, I always think God created me for something big, even though I don't know yet, but I always feel like I was created to make an impact in this world. He told me I have to be loving, be patient with other people, make them feel like they are human, make them feel like they are valuable, not see them as an object, or not see them as something that I want to get from them, not manipulate. So I know He created me to be a loving person and love my brothers and sisters and be kind. I try to make people feel that way, and I know I'm not going to satisfy everybody in this world, and that's not my goal, and that's not what I'm aiming for. But I do think for the ones that feel like loved by me and feel that I respect them, feel that I made them feel good, and for those people, for me, it's enough, because I feel like if I can make one impact in someone's life, I think that's all matters to me, because that one person can make an impact on someone else too, and and that line, that chain can continue. So I think he promised the world that he was gonna give him a human being that, even though he's not like Jesus, but he tried to be like Jesus. And even though he messed up over and over, but the one that's around him, the ones that in his circle, the one that he just met for the first time, he makes them feel like, hey, I love you, I respect you, and I'm not in this because I see I can get something from you.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So that's
You're very genuine, not just to people's face, but when they're not there as well. I would say for me, I don't know, I think this has changed a lot since the last time I answered it. I think I'm becoming more comfortable in my role as a mother and as a mentor. I think this year God has brought a lot of people to my life, teenagers, young adults, that are seeking advice or counsel or confidence, like, someone that they can confide in. And my goal is to be as real as I can, as genuine as I can, and as loving as I can. With our sons, I want to show them the one true God and His love and His grace. And with others, I try to show that same side. Especially whenever, people are coming to me and wanting advice or mentorship. I want to be genuine. I want to be loving the way that the Father is loving, not judgmental. There's some people in my life right now going through really hard times and have been really honest with me about what they're going through. And instead of saying, I can't believe you're going through that, I'm saying, I understand why you're feeling that way. And so I feel like when God made me, He promised the world that they would have a friend in me, or be able to confide in me. And I hope our boys feel that same way. Even if God doesn't give us any more children, I hope that our sons realize that they have someone that's going to love them no matter what. All right? I think that's it.
Yep.
Year 3 is finished. We're going into year 4. Happy anniversary, baby. I love you more now than I ever have before.
Oh, I always feel like I love you more, so.
Well, I mean, when we first started off dating, you said you loved me this much. Remember?
No, I don't.
And you said, and I said, why? And you said, because there's always more love to give. You don't want to say you love someone with your whole heart, because in a couple years you'll love them even more.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Or it might go the other way. So.
Hopefully not. I will say,
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
You have
and
to
I
wake
love.
up every day. And
I remember the first time you told me that. Man, my feelings were so hurt.
The fact that it's a choice.
No, you said, loving Miles is natural, but I choose to love you. It's with Miles, you don't choose to love him. It's just in your blood because he came from you. But me, you choose to love every day, and it hurt my feelings.
So what about now?
Now it doesn't hurt my feelings.
Why now?
Because I understand. I agree with that. I think, the love that you have for your children it's not even a choice. It just is what it is. So marriage, like you said, is a choice. Every day we wake up to love each other. Every day. So I love you way more now than I ever have. And I can't wait for that love to continue to grow. And I'm excited to see what this upcoming year brings. Who knows?
Yeah. So only God knows. So, that's a wrap.
Alright. I'll see you
Peace
guys
out.
later. See you next year. Bye.